What's up, everybody? Dr. Joe here. So I want to jump on real quick 10 reasons why batteries are better than generators. So the other day, my company had a meeting for all of us just to kind of go over batteries so that we can better understand why people would want them. And the statistic that hit me that blew my mind was that power outages are up 60% since 2015. That's insane. Now, what does that mean? That means that right now in the marketplace, people are looking for things to stop the power from going out. Two options, as far as we know right now, are generators. There are multiple different ones. There are a natural gas one that has a gas line. There are propane ones where you have like a tank on your property and they fill it and go from there. And then you have like the small pull start ones that you use for gas. So those are your different types of generators. Batteries, obviously there's different batteries and they probably use slightly different technologies and what type of metals are used to store the energy. So there are multiple different batteries and more than likely they're slightly different in the different metals on how they store the energy, but from a sense of how they work, they all work the same. So this is generalized batteries versus generators. So 10 reasons why batteries are better. Number one, batteries are quiet. I don't know if you've ever heard a generator running on a job site, or maybe you have a house that has a generator, or maybe you know somebody has a generator, but those things are loud. They typically run anywhere from like 50 decibels, 70 decibels, and they just run and run and run and run. And as long as the power's out, you have that sound running to keep your house going. So number one, batteries are quiet. They don't make any noise. You wouldn't even know they turned on. That's the coolest thing about it. They're on, your house is running, it's just like it would be running normally on solar or on the grid. Number two, they're clean, as in they don't produce any emissions while they're running your house. Generators are gonna produce, toxic fumes. Yes, they're toxic. If you had a leak that came into your house of the CO2, carbon monoxide, anything coming out of those into your home, that's a problem. We all know that if we were stuck in our garage and a car was running, it's dangerous. You could die from that. So you have a generator really close to your house pumping out all these toxic fumes that if they leaked into your house could cause an issue. Batteries are clean. There's no emissions, nothing. It just runs. You don't have to worry about that. Your family is safe. Three, batteries are super small in comparison to a generator. So you're gonna put a generator on your property, whether it's a small pull start one, you gotta drag it over, you gotta put it on like a flat surface, typically concrete slab, something like that, pull start go. Propane or natural gas, you have to pour a concrete slab and it gets permanently installed there. You dig up your house, dig up the front yard, backyard just to get a line to it, whatever you gotta do. Batteries literally just get installed on the side of your house right next to the solar equipment and the meter. Mounts right on, sometimes you need a little plywood. Could go in the garage, some go in the garage, just makes it, I guess, a little bit better for some people. I have mine on the outside of the house. I prefer it like that, it looks super nice. It's clean, no issues. Number four, batteries are instant. As soon as the power goes out, the battery turns on. And Tesla, their Powerwall system was so good that people had no clue that the power was out around them, that there was no power in maybe their town because the house just stayed lit the whole time, that they had to start sending text messages to let people know that they were off the grid and running on battery power. Generators are not like that. The best generator in the world is still gonna take a few seconds to start up and get running and then start going. And if you have a pull start generator, you have to go to the shed and go wheel it out and plug in the stuff and this, that, whatever. Those are delay. Batteries, no delay. Batteries are way more reliable than their gas counterparts in a generator. Let's relate it to EVs, electric vehicles, and regular cars. Electric vehicles are known to have very, very little maintenance needed. You get a software update here and there, but there is so many less parts in an electric vehicle because there's no combustion engines or anything like that they have to worry about, no oil in it to keep it going, this, that, whatever. Batteries are exactly the same. It just sits on the house, very little maintenance, still check it, software update here and there, maybe replace a chip. Generators, you have to run it once a month. So it runs once a month just to make sure everything's working. Once a year, people typically hire someone to come out and check it, clean the system, clean the fuel injectors, do all that kind of stuff. It's a combustion engine. So the maintenance on it means that there's a chance that it could not work when you need it. So you could pay thousands and thousands of dollars for that generator, it might not work when you need it. Number six, batteries are natural disaster proof. What does that mean? So, example, there's an earthquake, the gas lines get shut down. Why? If that earthquake broke a line and gas lines are still running, there's a risk of a fire. So in a natural disaster like an earthquake, they will shut the gas lines down which essentially makes anybody with a generator from a natural gas line ineffective. Can't use them. They're off. Battery still works. Goes seamlessly. In New Jersey, particularly when Sandy came through, there were some parts of New Jersey where they shut the gas lines off after the electric grid went down. They shut the gas lines off so no one could use those generators. In that situation, a house on solar and a battery would run and you would have no issues, which leads me to number 7. A battery, it can run indefinitely. When it's tied to a solar system, it is a closed grid. That system can run indefinitely. Obviously, if you're running your house to the max of using as much stuff as you can and everyone in the neighborhood's over and people plugging in this, that, whatever, charging electric cars, doing all that, yeah, you'll run out of a little bit of battery, maybe for an hour until the sun comes back up. But if you do it the right way, you can run indefinitely forever. A generator, you can only run till your fuel source runs out. So in a situation where you have a propane one, you have a tank on your property, once that's out, it's done. Pull start, you go to the gas station, get some gas. If it runs out, you gotta get more gas. A gas line, yes, 100%. That one could technically run indefinitely, but unless they shut the gas lines off. So if they shut the gas lines off, no. Batteries save you money. Generators cost you money. What do I mean by this? In the sense of a power outage, they work the same. But in the future, or even right now, the way batteries work, a generator only can cost you money. It only works when the power goes out, you gotta pay for the gas to run it, and it costs you money to install it. Batteries can save you some money. So with the way battery technology works is you can go off grid at certain times. So you can set your house up to where if the utility company is gonna charge you more money at night, you can run off your battery backup. You can run off your storage. You can use your own electricity you already paid for that's in there, or whatever electricity you have stored, and run off, and you don't need the grid. Generator only works 1% of the time when the grid goes out. You can run your house off the battery all the time if you wanted to, which in the long run saves you money. Number 9, probably something that us as people just love is we love the independence. A battery creates energy independence. You are not in reliance of anybody else for anything. You produce your own power, you store your own power, you take it when you need it. In a generator situation, it's just another thing powering your house. So right now you have the electric lines powering your house. If they go out, the generator powers your house, but you're in reliance for the gas that runs it. Again, batteries enable energy independence, which us as people, we love. We love to be in control of our own stuff and our own outcomes and own everything. We don't want anyone else to own it. We don't want to owe anybody anything. That's a huge part of number 9. Number 10, now we talked earlier that batteries can save you money. Batteries can actually be free in some situations. A generator can never. There are no incentives in place for you to get a generator. The utility doesn't really even know if you have one. No one really cares if you get one because that just benefits you. Utilities in the United States are already starting to set up a situation where they're paying homeowners to discharge some of their energy from the batteries to help out other people in the grid. In the future, as you have more batteries, or in the future as they maybe start to incentivize more people to get batteries. Right now, the solar incentives are what cover it, but who knows, maybe a battery incentive will come in place because the grid is old, it needs help. So if you're someone who can store excess energy for other people to use and take away from the grid usage, which reduces their ability to overwork themselves, they'll pay you for that in the future. Or they'll incentivize you. So there is a situation where the extra energy you're producing, your incentives, and maybe future incentives can lead to you having a battery at no cost. In no situation is anyone ever gonna help you out with your generator. Based on these 10 reasons, a battery just makes more sense for your house. So if you are having issues with power outages, you started looking into a generator, start looking at some batteries. There's a few more things that it's gonna be able to do that the generator just can't do, and from a lifestyle standpoint, it's just cleaner, quieter, overall better.